What is up, guys? 707 Exotics here, and today I'm going to be doing kind of like a little bit of an introduction video so that you can get to know me and my pets. So we'll get started with me first, then we'll kind of move on to everybody else so that we can just get me out of the way, because who cares? We just want to see the cute little animals and everything. So anyway, my name is Jenna. I'm 21 years old and I'm currently living in California. I am the mother of 14 pets. Well, one of them isn't a pet, one of them is my actual child. So I guess I shouldn't have mentioned that in there, but anyways, I've got 14 kids. One of them is my beautiful little girl. She's 2 years old. Totally 100% blessed to have her. Couldn't imagine my life without her. Couldn't imagine my life without any of my kids. But yeah. I've got 11 scaly babies. I actually think that's 12 at this point now because I actually just adopted another one. And I also have 2 fur babies. So I've always had dogs growing up. Always been a dog person, but like when I moved into my apartment I couldn't have a dog, so I convinced my family like hella hard to let me get a reptile. Like my first experience ever was being like 12 years old and walking in to Petco or whatever before I knew it was bad, or not necessarily bad, but you know, whatever. And I saw the reptiles whenever and I was like, shoot, I should give this a shot. So I got my first leopard gecko. His name was Zeech, and that really quickly like opened me up to this whole new like experience of like he was totally chill. He was the best gecko I could ever ask for up until the day he ran away. I don't know how it happened. I just came home from school one day and he was gone. He hit the road. He wanted nothing to do with me. But ever since that I did more research and everything. I knew about tank lids and locks and everything, and finally, you know, got proper setups and started to grow my abundance of reptiles some more. At one point I had up to like 25 reptiles. It was crazy. I don't even know what happened. I went through this like big depression phase and I was like, take my money, take it all. And yeah, so basically every paycheck that I got as like a teenager or whatever just went to a different kind of leopard gecko. That's all I really had for a while was leopard geckos until I got my first bearded dragon, who is currently trying to escape. So without further ado, let me just get into that so I can put them all back and get them out of, you know, my face. So anyway, I'm gonna start with Walter. He's a little cranky because he doesn't like to be brought out. Now, I'd like to give a little disclaimer that for a while after I moved, I didn't have my reptiles with me for the longest time, so they're not exactly the healthiest looking, but I am currently like nursing him back up to health. So he's kind of a skinny boy, but he's still a good pancake. I've had Walter since I was 13. He's my oldest boy. He's like 9 years old or something like that. He was sold to me as a red hypo. Now, I don't believe he's a red. I believe he's more of like a citrus or a normal, but he is a hypo. And he's pretty fucking cool. That's Walter. I just have some hand sanitizer here, so I'm gonna squirt that on before I start touching my other ones because parasites exist. And although all of my reptiles are healthy, there's still that hidden chance that, you know, you don't really know of. So now that we've got through with Walter, I'll move on to my Uromastyx. This is Toothless, and now I know what a lot of you are thinking, oh, what a stereotypical name. But actually, I didn't name him because of How to Train Your Dragon. I actually named him because, as you can see on the side of his face, if it'll focus, he's got these like little white jagged scales that kind of look like teeth, and I was like, huh, we should name him Toothless because that would be ironic. So I actually just recently got Toothless in January, I think. Yeah, he's been pretty cool. He's really chill. He's like the chillest Uromastyx I've ever seen. He just hangs out. He doesn't really, you know, he doesn't hiss, he doesn't do anything. He just kind of chills out like a rock. He's pretty damn cool though. So that's my guy. Walter wants to eat him, but Walter, you're not allowed. You're not allowed. You stay in there. Sorry, let me just... Sorry, buddy. You have to stay in there. You can't. You're not allowed. Alright, so, sorry, I had to, like, lock up Walter. I literally just jailed him. So next we'll move on to my buddy Moose. Moose is my Savannah monitor, and he's a baby right now. I've had him for a while, but, you know, I don't really feed him, you know, every single day, so he's not nearly where he should be in growth, but that's just because I don't like to force a diet onto my animals. So he does have like super worms in his cage, dubias, you know, whatever he wants. He's kind of a jerk. He hisses, he bloats up his belly and everything. He doesn't want to be touched. Right now he's in the middle of shedding, so I did just take him out of his water. I don't know if you heard it, but he did just hiss at me. Moose has been, Savannah monitors have always been kind of like my dream reptile, and I didn't get one up until recently just because I didn't have adequate space. But now that I have a big backyard, once he's old enough, I'm gonna, you know, build him a little enclosure outside with proper heating and ventilation and everything, and he'll have basically his own home. So that, my friends, is Moose. The only animals I will not be showing today are my fur babies, and that's just because they're too rowdy and I really don't want them to kind of march all over my other animals. Let me get this nasty substance off my hands. So the next thing I'll be moving on to is my leopard geckos. So leopard geckos are the things I've owned the longest. They're by far the hardiest and easiest. Now, I only have 8 leopard geckos currently, but I have had up to 17 or 18, I believe. My reason for downsizing is because I've moved a lot. At one point during my teenage years, I did have an instance where all of my geckos kind of got sick at once, and they all kind of just took each other out. Like, even with washing my hands and everything, it was really tragic, and I learned from then to just completely, you know, keep them separated and not I never really cohabbed, but like, you know, during breeding and everything, and, you know, just touching and like, hey, showing my friends or whatever, poking and feeding and everything, it's just, I totally just keep them separated at this point because I don't want another thing like that to happen again. So first, I'm not going to start with my boys because currently one of them, its penis is out because he's trying to mate, which is good. That's what we want to happen, but I don't want to touch that. So we'll start with the ladies. So I'm not going to bother taking her out of her crate because she's, you know, happy in here. This is Bagel. Now Bagel is a high yellow het bell het Eclipse. And I know it's really hard to see her, and I know the glare on the plastic really isn't helping. Let me just kind of take the top off so you can kind of get a glimpse. Oh my god, would you focus? Why is it doing this thing to me? What if I do this? I'm filming this on an iPhone, which we all know smartphones don't really tend to be very smart, so let's see. Yeah, there we go. Filter some of that light. She's got a little bit of shed on her head. I don't know what is up with this lighting right now. I don't know why it's doing this to me. I look like a ghost. Okay, there we go. That's better. So there's Bagel. This is my pretty girl. Funny story about Bagel. So before I moved to California, I had 2 friends, well, a friend and my boyfriend from California come to visit me where I was originally staying. And while they were there, Bagel got out of her enclosure and, you know, kind of lost her for like 2 days looking all over the place, and then they had to leave. So I was like, okay, brought them to the airport, whatever. They get home safely, and my friend opens his bag and out pops Bagel. So Bagel's my little California girl. She was here before I was, which I think it's hilarious how she made it through TSA and no one questioned a thing. But you know, whatever, it's cool. Secondly, we'll move on to Bean. Now, Bean is my little special needs baby. She is, she's considered a cyclone, which is a Rainwater, Patternless, Eclipse, Enigma. All those things. She's When I got her, she was really skinny, but as you can see, she's kind of at this near healthy weight. She looks pretty good. I would like to fatten her up a little more, but she eats like a pig. And again, all my geckos seem to have this little hat that just is stuck on their head. I will take care of that after this. But let's put Bean back. I don't want to stress her out. Come on, Bean. Come on, Bean. Oh, we got one gecko that's like squished in there. Oh, Penny. Penny's just squished in the corner. She's like, leave me alone. So this is Penny, and Penny is a belle, and she's het for Eclipse. She's pretty, and again, she's pretty skinny, just caregiver problems, you know. Next we'll move on to my favorite girl, like pattern and color wise. Oh, she wants to stay in my hand. Please stop trying to kamikaze yourself. Anyways, this is Caramel, named so because she's got her brown spots. Now Caramel is a high contrast tangerine temper, and she's het for Eclipse as well. I will be breeding her eventually once she's back up to weight. She's really skinny right now, so I don't want to put that kind of torment on her, and also I shouldn't put that kind of torment on her. So next we'll do Poppy. Again, same situation, she's pretty skinny. Poppy is a red stripe het raptor. Again, I will be breeding her to my male Appa, who I'll show in a little bit, but first we're gonna get to Sunny. I actually really like Poppy's eyes. I think they're kind of different. I don't know if anyone else sees it, but to me, she's kind of different. So that's Poppy. Next, we'll move on to my boy Sunny. Now, I've had Sunny since I was 13 as well, so as you can see, oh my god, again, this lighting, it's so garbage. What if I, like, turn it down a little bit so that it's not so whitewashy? Can we, that's a little better. Okay, so this is Sunny. He's my oldest boy. Again, a little skinny, but he's by far like one of my like healthiest geckos in terms of how long I've kept him, in terms of just weight wise, and he's a really good companion. He kind of just chills here. He's not like the other ones where he's scared and he'll just run off and whatever. He's really, really chill. He's not the coolest I own, but in terms of like personality, he's definitely the coolest. Yeah, and he is a Rainwater het, Patternless het Eclipse. So I believe that means het typhoon. I'm not 100% sure, don't quote me on that. But yeah, that's my boy Sunny. Hoping to make some more babies with Bean there, if she can withstand the mating process. Okay, next we're gonna move on to my douchey animals, and I call them douchey because they like to bite me. They're the only two geckos I own that have ever bit me. So this is Biscuit, and Biscuit is a Godzilla, and she's het for Tremper, I believe. I can't quite remember. I do have them all written down someplace, but she's a big girl, and I love her, but she's really rude. Anyway, yeah, that's Biscuit. And then the last one, who is trying to mate with Biscuit currently, is Appa. And Appa is a reverse stripe Tremper, and he's het for Blizzard. So you can see by his patterning. Patterning? I don't fucking know. Forgive me. Dim the light a little more because he's got really light color. This is Appa. I named him Appa because of his color mostly. I thought he kind of looked like, you know, one of the flying bison from Avatar. And he likes to bite me also, and he's currently having a little bit of a shed problem. I got him with a shed problem. So I've been trying to correct that since I got him. So that's my guy. And then the only other animal that I'm not going to show currently because he's really stressed out, I just adopted him recently. His name is Fred. He's a blue-tongued skink. I got him like 3 days ago. I did adopt him from Petco. I know, please shame me. It's fine. He was like on hella sale, and blue tongue skinks are like another one of my dream animals, and I was like, if I don't get him, he's gonna be gone. And you know what? Since I was adopting him, it really didn't matter to me that, you know, he came from Petco. You know, I'm gonna nurse him to health and everything, and he's gonna be perfectly fine. So I really didn't see it as that big of a deal. But yeah, that concludes this video. In the future, the only reason I haven't been showing tank setups is because I actually just currently got a whole bunch of new supplies, so I'm going to be redoing the tank setups. So if you guys want to see like a video like that, you'll just have to let me know. I'll probably make one anyways because I really don't care. But I am going to be redoing their tank setups and hopefully get you guys another video here within the next week or so. But yeah, that's all. If you like this video or if you liked my animals, thumbs up, you know, whatever. I don't know. I'm new to YouTube. I don't know what this is. Thumbs up. And subscribe for more content if I'm not too lazy to make more content. And yeah, share with friends. Do whatever. I don't care. I don't care if you don't dislike this video. I really don't care. It's fine. If you don't like it, just tell me why you didn't like it and I'll fix it. That's how it is. Anyways, have a great rest of your day, guys. Peace out.